you're shooting that. Yeah. So you're home. What if your roommate comes home?
He won't be back.
He crashes through like the football game.
We had people coming and going on the weekend. So I'm the bad guy. I don't know if you've met Bobby. Bobby and then another friend of a friend were my like two douchebags. And then Sade was helping for makeup and stuff like that. Tony was here and he was
Anthony?
Yeah.
Tony, cool. Cool.
Who else? Ilana was here. One guy I work with, and then do you know who Joey is? The anime man?
Yeah.
He was the main character.
Oh, nice. He always has a relaxed look.
So yes, okay. He has his necklace with these two golden balls on it. Who else is there? It's him.
You have consistent lighting?
These are
cool.
The two friends. And then so basically I'm going to composite
inside here
into there. But this is all 4K, so I can zoom in as well. Yep.
How'd you put the beard on?
Makeup. So I shaved it, but I have like a wiry beard, and it's not that great. And then I just need let's stop that. And then like a old man yelp
To throw?
because when you get thrown back, it's like ah.
This is audio.
It's just audio. Old man falling noise. Okay, cool.
Shouldn't the hands be higher? Because it was a ball. You're going to sphere it?
But you'll be in the middle of the ball, so there'll be a lot of extra space, so it's fine. Essentially, the ball would just be like this.
Like a fish shot?
No, I won't. I'll literally just overlay.
Okay.
And then I'll do like a feather around the... But it's basically going to be like this.
So Tokyo is saddened by departing a creative filmmaker, Haruka, who's going back to England, his hometown.
Yes. White cloth?
What are your... Oh, sure.
Same thing.
What are your plans as soon as you get back?
Find a job.
And still filmmaking? Or?
Yeah. Still definitely more into film and all of that.
So it'll be a while before, like, BombArrow gets videos again?
I mean, well, there's the one that we did, so...
Oh, how's that going?
I haven't started.
Yeah.
Busy packing and everything. The only other bad thing is I'm going to have to send my big PC.
So how long were you in Japan again?
I was here for like 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah. Quite a while.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've accomplished a lot?
Definitely accomplished a lot, but for me to get any further, definitely have to not be in Japan anymore.
So it's easier in England to make films?
The type of thing that I want to do, yes. I think there'll be less resistance.
Like, what kind of problems did you have making films here?
In general, I've never fully gone into the film world of Japan because if you're not Japanese trying to work in the Japanese industry, it's just very, very, very difficult. Okay. And that's where I want to end up.
Did you want
to end up doing, and not necessarily in Japanese, so I don't really need to be in Japan.
Okay.
To do that.
Because
I have friends who want
Is it harder to break in England?
No, it's easier.
Really?
Like, for me, because what I want to do is I don't want to do Japanese films. I want to do films, and as a foreigner in Japan, it's just really hard.
So do you see your channel going in a different direction?
I don't know. I still want to make the similar stuff, but I kind of more want to transition into a job that will pay me to do something similar. Yeah. And I still want to do stuff with my channel, though I don't know how much stuff. And it's probably going to take a while to find a bunch of people who are willing to help me, like I've managed to find.
Would you go back to school?
Potentially.
Like film school?
Potentially, yeah. If I can't find on-set experience, then film school.
You started in film school, didn't you?
No, I did. I've done like a short course before, but no, I didn't. I haven't been to film school.
Oh, one of your like one of your things about the channels, like you have like really good like graphics and special effects and stuff.
Thank you.
And where'd you learn that?
Taught myself.
Self-taught?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just decided I wanted to do that one day.
Just out of the blue one day.
Well, no, I'd always had an interest, and then one day I was like, you know what, I'll do it.
And you learn along the way. So
Yeah.
eventually, though, do you want to do like a feature film?
Yeah, of course. But I want to direct that, and I don't want to have to do VFX for a feature film.
Okay.
I'd say, yeah, I want someone else to do VFX. It's very time consuming.
So speaking of time, how long do you expect that? When can we see your Haruka's full feature?
Well, I was trying to do a short in Japan before I left. It was a short film idea. I think I told you about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, but that didn't come through because one of the requirements was that the main character, the main actor needed to be, the story needed him to be half white, half something. And,
Have something
and
like a blend.
Because I was in Japan, I was like, okay, make him half Japanese. So trying to find a half white, half Japanese actor who's young enough, who could speak English fluently, who also fit that character and could act well enough was actually quite limiting.
Really?
Especially with the amount of money that I was prepared to pay.
Oh, okay.
And
did you go through the whole audition process?
I did, but unfortunately there was only one person who was ready, who could have done that role, and the timing didn't work out. And when I originally wrote that script, I never envisioned it to take place in Japan. In my mind, it was kind of more in a Western country because it deals with homosexuality and all of that, and part of it is that the character's father is a minority, but he lives in a minority community in a different country. And if it had been set in Japan, that character would have been Japanese, and I think it would have changed a few things. Whereas if it's set in the West, then that character could still be Japanese, but it could be any other minority. And I just think just generally in terms of finding a person who could play that role well, it would be a lot easier. The main male character's role, requiring them to be half white, half minority.
Yeah.
Well,
What was some of the difficulties of like making the films or videos that you want to do in Japan? You said you hit a couple walls or
well, because I was never on like a professional level doing it. It was always as a hobby, and none of the videos were generating enough money, so it was hard to pay people. So then it's asking people to help when there's no money involved.
You found a niche of like filmmakers.
I kind of did, but at the same time, it's hard because you're asking people to help you for free, essentially. And the more serious people that you want, the more likely it is that they want money for that. Or the more professional they are. Like, I couldn't get a professional crew because I knew people who did film crews and stuff professionally, but that was also their job. And it was trying to skirt that fine line of trying to get them to help me, and hopefully they believed in whatever I was doing. But I mean, you kind of have to build up that trust.
Yeah.
And then obviously, if they cancel for whatever reason, if they can't do it, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because especially if they said yes, and I can't get angry with them because
you're more thankful, but like
it was
regretful.
they were doing me a favor, and they're no longer doing me a favor. That's the way it was. So that was kind of difficult, and especially because then you're not working with people who are you're working with people who are essentially volunteering, so they all have their own jobs, and therefore it kind of restricts working days to the weekend. And then if you shoot in a specific place, and then it gets really crowded because it's the weekend. I've like been kicked out of a few locations. That Final Fantasy video that I did, which I ended up filming downstairs. But that was the first time I tried to film it with a completely different group of people. And
who?
No one that you know. This is a long time ago.
Wow.
And it didn't work, and I had to call it off. And so when I filmed it downstairs with like Yuta and
the one where Yuta walks up.
Yeah. That was the second time I tried to film that.
Okay.
So I'd already tried to film that once.
So it's like redo.
Yeah. But luckily, by the second time I was doing it, I knew way more about what to do and what not to do. First time was really bad.
So like filming around your location, like where you live, your residence, is pretty easy.
A little bit.
Because this is like
I've
this
always
is like
skirted on the side of
BombArrow
caution.
Studios.
Always skirted on the side of caution.
So this is the famous shot where you were like sniped.
Oh yeah, I got sniped.
Yeah, your fans want to know.
Unfortunately, I forgot that there was a piece of glass right in front of me, so I had to edit out.
Oh, so you cut that out.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a long shot.
I got rid of this. Pretend that there was no glass section. So like I've shot a lot of stuff here in my apartment.
Yeah.
One time downstairs, but one of my neighbors did get angry.
They did get angry.
He was like, "You can't be here," and then he just went away. So we just continued filming, but he did get angry. I've shot on some streets. When I did Stu's Ninja video, there's like a bit underneath the highway. That's literally right next to the house that I filmed underneath.
Where's that park that you filmed? The Street Fighter.
That's across.
It is
that way. It's pretty close. There are kids there, so I did the Street Fighter one there, and then the like math blasters. I shoot numbers. I did that there as well.
So you use what you have.
Yeah, I filmed a lot of stuff around here. I mean, the Pokemon one was a little bit shot in Shibuya, a little bit shot in Ueno, a little bit shot in Enoshima on the beach. I had trouble finding more exotic locations, so there was a bunch of ideas that I had that I wanted to film that was just very close to impossible. For whatever reason, there was that Russian roulette video that I did that, had I not got a decent enough location, I just never would have done it. I'd wanted to do that. I'd had that idea like 3 years ago, and I'd never found a good enough location, even though it's just a dark room.
Is it a garage or a room?
It was kind of a garage. It was like an upper floor of a building that wasn't being used, so it was just completely empty. So it looks like a garage, and it gave the correct type of feel. And a lot of people are like, oh, you could just do it in your house and just turn off all the lights, and I could have, but it wouldn't have been the same. You would have been able to see the walls and whatever the furniture, and it just wouldn't. So finding locations was difficult, and Japan, you can get away with guerrilla filming. The worst thing that they'll do, it's not illegal, the worst thing they'll do is ask you to delete the footage, which you don't even have to.
Do they want you to delete it?
I've never been in a position there. I've just been told to leave. It's very easy to use fake guns. I never use fake guns outside because I didn't want the police called on me. But
oh yeah, what happens like if you have like carrying?
I've heard. Before I used it, I asked a lot of people, a lot of my friends who did film, and they said, if the police or anyone sees you with a gun, they're going to think that it's fake, just because Japanese people don't have guns. The immediate assumption is going to be that it's an airsoft gun. So.
What about legally? Can they like detain you if you have a gun in a public place? Or you're waving a gun, or you're...
I never did that because so I've used guns in some of my films, but they've always been inside, mostly in my apartment, sometimes other places, but they've always been indoors. I've made sure that I'm never brandishing a gun in public because it is kind of dangerous. When we were doing the ninja thing, just under the on ramp to the highway, just behind me. The police drove past like a few times, but it was literally one person dressed as a ninja, 5 people in suits, covering their faces but still in suits, and then one person filming us. And so they never stopped. They just drove by and
really
they
slowly.
didn't look, but it was just like, it's okay.
And do you feel your videos in Japan? Have you Japanified them to like
Not really.
for like a target?
My target was never Japanese people, which I think, for good and for bad, if I targeted Japanese people, then I think I would have had a lot more success. Because mine was kind of vague and targeting a more Western audience. And yet I was uploading from Japan, and I think your upload location definitely does impact who watches your content, because it wasn't specifically for Japanese people weren't really watching it. And then because it was uploaded in Japan, it wasn't really reaching a lot of Westerners.
Could you change the parameters of that?
Well, because when I first started, I had the issue of, do I want to upload in Japanese or in English? And once again, I wanted as many people as possible to see it, so I decided English. And there's someone who does something very similar to what I do. He's a Japanese YouTuber. He's a really nice guy. He's called Rate VFX. That's his channel. He doesn't speak at all. It's still very much for Japanese people. He does add English titles to his videos, but he's Japanese, quite obviously Japanese, and the stuff that he does is things that are popular in Japan. So he's done Pokemon, he's done Monster Hunter, and he's doing Minecraft, which is not Japanese, but I mean, Japanese people know what Minecraft is, and they play Minecraft, and he's doing really well. And
do you feel left out, or
not really, because that was not my target. If I'd been trying to do the same thing, and then he appeared and overtook me, then I would have felt a little bit annoyed. But no, if anything, I like that someone else was doing something similar to me.
What's next for your channel?
I mean, in the meantime, I want to do a lot more video essays that I've been doing.
Oh yeah, the Death Note one was.
The Death Note one did really well, but that was timing. The other one didn't really do that well. But I mean, there's a lot more other things, and they're easy to produce. So in the meantime,
What was the other one?
I did one about adaptations. It was kind of like about Ghost in the Shell, but also about adaptations, and that did really badly.
I like the Liam Nielsen jump.
I was going to do another one of that as well, on something similar. I was going to, Catwoman.
Yeah.
The basketball scene.
Oh.
I was going to do one about that because it's terrible.
Because it's terrible.
It's a terrible
the whole movie. Just do the whole movie.
It's too much. But yeah, I'll probably do that back in the UK. So that's what that white sheet is. That white sheet was the background for that Liam Neeson.
Oh, okay.
That's why I built it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I'll just hold on to it because you'll be back.
I hope to come back to Japan, but I don't think I'm going to live here anymore. Because, no, I want to seriously go more into film, and Japan isn't really the place for that.
Okay, check out which channel.
Huh?
Check out which channel, like do the whole...
Oh, yeah. Go subscribe to my channel, BombArrow. No spaces, BombArrow, one word. I think if you go all the way to like BOMBARRO, then it'll auto-complete the W.
Okay. You planned that, right?
Huh?
You planned that.
No, it's like, I occasionally just check, I type in my own channel name, just see how far I have to get before it comes down in the autocomplete thing. So, luckily, you don't have to type that last W. It'll autocomplete that.
That's your
W
measurement of success.
But yeah, if you search BombArrow with no space, then you're just going to get a lot of videos about Zelda that have nothing to do with my channel.
Okay. What did you call the bomber?
It's from Zelda. It's like a cheat. In Link's Awakening, if you pressed the A and B button together when you equip the bombs and the arrows, then it would shoot an arrow with a bomb on it. And I thought, what a cool name for a YouTube channel. BombArrow.